Hey, what's up guys? Phoenix here. This video is going to be another YGOpro duel video, and this time I'm playing with the hero deck, more specifically utilizing the newest hero card that has been spoiled for release, Elemental Hero Honesty Neos. Now this card does not really a lot to change the function of the deck, but it is just a nice little buffer and a nice little additional option that the deck now has access to, being a searchable Honest essentially. Well, it is more of like akin to Blackwing Klute the Moonshadow, even though it is a rather large boost. It basically, essentially, is the combination of Elemental Hero Neos and Honest from Season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. This was the form that Neos took in Season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, where Honest was used on it. Neos grew wings, and that was ultimately what basically inspired this card. But Elemental Hero Honesty Neos, if you don't know what it does, it's during either player's turn you can discard this card, then target one hero monster you control. It gains 2,500 attack until the end of this turn. And then during either player's turn you can discard one hero monster. This card gains attack equal to the discarded monster's attack until the end of the turn. So if this card is on the field, you can discard other heroes to gain attack, or if Honesty Neos is in your hand, which is going to be the more likely scenario, you can discard it to give any hero a 2,500 attack point boost. Now that works really well with cards like Darklaw, Masked Hero Anki, and all that sort of other stuff. It's also perfectly worded to where it doesn't conflict with Elemental Hero Bubbleman, because you can discard it at any point during your turn. You don't have to wait until a battle occurs. So you can discard it onto a Darklaw per se, and then you can special summon Bubbleman out of your hand. It can clear itself out of your hand to where it does not conflict with Bubbleman. But this hero list you see is basically just a standard hero list that I would consider standard at least, utilizing 10 Goldfish, Goblinberg, Triple Bubbleman, and all that sort of nonsense. Basically, you're trying to go Darklaw and Bahamut Shark into Tree Toad. Or, excuse me, Totally Awesome. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. But basically, like, the deck just has a lot of good capabilities for it, because you do have access into a card like Darklaw, which basically stuns certain decks out of the game just outright. And then you have Bahamut Shark into Tree Toad, which you can then use to be a form of Logia. You can it's basically summoning Solemn Judgment. And then you can also gain those resources to your own side of the board, depending on what you negated, like negating Twin Twisters, negating Raigekis, things like that. You can set those to your side of the board and then utilize them to your advantage, which is really cool and really neat. But regardless, this is just a hero deck that I'm choosing to play for this video. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, and let me know what you guys think about Elemental Hero Honesty Neos as well, whether or not you think it's going to overall incredibly change the impact that heroes can make in the format, just simply by being a card that allows you to let your heroes hit astronomically high amounts of attack points, higher than they could have accessed on their own. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. But other than that, let us just jump straight into the first game. Alright, so let's see what actually gets to happen here, what actually gets to occur. I'm playing Darklaw deck, but I didn't open Darklaw, but I did open Tree Toad Bahamut Shark, so I guess we'll take that. I opened the Poly, which is a brick. I have the Instant Fusion though, which means I can actually open with Rafflesia as well as Bahamut Shark. Now, it's not ideal because I don't have Darklaw, I don't have Shadow Mist to start my plays moving. In fact, I almost kind of want to save this Instant Fusion. However, this just seems really strong, because I could Instant Fusion for Norden into the Bubbleman back and make Rafflesia, and then that's just really strong. Because I've got the Treacherous, and then I've got Bottomless in the deck that Rafflesia would be able to use. So we'll try this. We'll see where this goes. My FPS is running very smoothly, and I'm very glad at this. I'm running my recording through OBS, so I'm basically just testing, seeing how well this works, and hopefully it works well. Hopefully it continues to be smooth, and hopefully the quality is a bit higher than it has been previously, because that would be neat and cool. Now I have no idea what the audio levels are looking like for like game sounds and stuff. And they do all get amalgamated into one channel, unfortunately, so I can't really, one audio channel, so I can't really do anything about it, per se, but let's see, I can go ahead and do Tree Toad and set this. Well, it can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects, so that's a problem. That means this Rafflesia and this Treacherous are literally useless. That is such an issue. I kind of have to negate its effect, just so he doesn't get to set a card. And now I don't get to add back Bubble Man because I left the Bubble Man under the Rafflesia. I was really hoping to use that first. So now this just gets shuffled back into the extra deck. Like that's not something that's ideal per se, but oh, Metalfoes Majespecters. All right, well now some certain cards get more value. That's kind of okay, because now he's gonna Pendulum Summon cards, which means that I can at least bottomless what he Pendulum Summons. I can Treacherous cards like the Vanillas. So I can play this game a little bit more at my own pace now, and that's good. That's definitely what I was looking for. Okay, so he's popping the Poly, which I'm okay with. Well, okay with is a very loose term, but I don't have access into I don't have access into my Shadow Mist, so I don't have access into some certain things, which sucks. But he's going to be able to summon PhoenixFlareX and Volflame, and this is combination, this is counter. Now for those of you that there's some people that I mentioned in a previous video how I don't like how DevPro and YGOpro never let you forget what these cards are. I mean, I like it, but I also don't, because it makes your technical play IRL pretty sloppy. Just special summoning the one, okay. But it makes your technical play IRL pretty sloppy, and so because of the fact that these cards, even though they are set by a card effect, once the turn passes, your opponent does not have to verify which ones they are to you. All you have to do is you can ask. There's a combination set, right? But they're not obligated to tell you which one is where. That's not public knowledge. So just that little bit of food for thought. So I drew a Bubble Man, so I guess we'll just attack him with it. I guess we'll just attack him with the Bubble Man. Let's see. This is destroyed by battle or card effect. Yeah, so that's gonna be an ish. But he doesn't know this Treacherous is here, so I can use Treacherous on his cards that he summons in the form of if he summons Volflame, if he summons PhoenixFlareX. Now I'm not gonna be able to do anything about the Toad, but then when he uses counter and summons a card out of the deck, I can then bottomless that. So there is that to think about. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't win this game because I didn't get any of my engine cards, which, I mean, this deck has so many different ways to get the Shadow Mist. You have Roto, you have Triple E-Call, you have the Triple Shadow Mist themselves, and then you have cards like Summoner Monk and A Hero Lives. Like, you've got so many ways to access Shadow Mist in this deck, and I just haven't. And that's kind of weird, but it's whatever. it's literally whatever. That is a Goal Driver, which I'm okay with. He's going to go Battle Phase and attack over my Bubble Man, which, again, I'm fine with. I don't really care about that, per se. So main phase 2, set a card and pass. So he's literally just attacking over my things. I don't know how I feel about this. That's a Dimension Barrier, which means that, you know, I can call Fusion in response to Metalfoes Fusion, but that's not going to be too optimal. Yeah, I don't know how I win this game. This game, I do not know how I'm going to win this one. I don't think I have the capability of winning this one. But let's see, Silbird is back in his hand. He's going to be able to pop combination. If he wants to, he can pop this Goal Driver, which is actually something that I'm really hoping he does, because then that means he's just got more things for the Pendulum Summon and for me to hit off bottomless. Now, I'm not using bottomless off the get-go because this can't be activated if there's a trap in the grave. So I've literally got to activate this card first, and that's what's tripping me up here. Now, if this was bottomless, then yes, we would have been used Rafflesia. So he special summoned one, and so I'll go ahead and Treacherous these, just so that these go away. And then if he has another counter that's set out of these two cards I don't know about, Full Metalfoes Fusion. Chain this, call Fusion. So he's already Pendulum Summoned, and now he's activated a Fusion card. So now I get to Dimension Barrier and kind of keep myself here, but it's still not doing anything for me. My next draw is probably going to be like Blaze Man. Ah, Emptiness. Well, this card is basically going to do a fat lot of nothing for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and flip this, so that if he does have the out for it, he has to waste cards, and then he has to out the Rafflesia as well. So, like, the only way that he really significantly outs this is by normal summoning PhoenixFlareX, popping this, and then it outs both cards. And that would be really bad for me. Bambuku. Okay. So Bambuku can search for Kieran, which then, if I don't answer this Bambuku, he can then tribute summon for the Kirin. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Oh, wait, no, he's searching Yada. Okay. Well, Yada outs Rafflesia while leaving my emptiness up. So that's actually going to be a problem. That's actually going to be a problem indeed. And now I just can't out the Bambuku, and I can't out anything else. So yeah, I'm just stuck here. Like I said, I don't think I win this game because I haven't seen Shadow Mist yet. And in fact, the fact that it's lasted 7 minutes is surprising to me. But hopefully the next games will be a bit more clear-cut and a bit better in terms of how this works, because, I mean, shit. I don't know of a time when Heroes breaks, because it literally has like an 80-something% chance of seeing Shadow Mist. But it got me this time, so... see, I don't agree with that. If you play Storm in the deck, that would have been just a much better out. But I guess you could technically kill me this turn, because you do have Bambuku, and you have some big Metalfoes in your extra deck. So yeah, is this game? I'm at 59, so it's 12, 31, 41, 61, 65. Yeah, it's definitely game. 100%. So he doesn't even have to do anything else. This board that he has is game. Unless he's like, I don't know, fearing a clutch Gores in my hero deck where I have to keep my hand clear for Bubble Man. So like there's all these things that come into play as factors that that could happen, but they shouldn't. So the fact that it's oh, he bounced the Arch Phoenix-centric. That's cute. Or did he fuse with it? He fused with it. So what did he bounce? Oh, he drew off Fusion. Man, every time Mithril and Fusion are in circulation at the same time, I just don't pay attention to which one's activated. And I'm like, oh man, Mithril lets you draw a card? This card's legit Digustor Emerald. That's cool. But then I remember. And I cry every time. But, yeah, so like I said, I didn't think I was going to win that one in any way. Even though my opening was pretty strong, it lacked Shadow Mist. And so that's the ultimate thing that causes it to be a problem. But, so from here, I get to summon Shadow Mist out of my deck because I've accessed it this time. And then this Shadow Mist gets to add Mask Change. And I've got Emptiness, I've got Treacherous. Why do I keep drawing this card? I don't understand. I could actually go ahead and do this now so that I could have Darklaw Rafflesia plus these. And then it would still get a search during my opponent's turn if it gets triggered. So yeah, we're actually going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and Mask Change here, just because it allows me to use more cards and set up better boards, set up better defensive lines. So we'll just go for that, because this can be put under Rafflesia. I could have played Giant Hand as well, like that's definitely an option for the extra deck, but like at this point, even though I know I'm playing against Majespecters, I'm playing also against Metalfoes. Metalfoes Majespecters. So with that knowledge, this just seems pretty strong. So Pot of Desires. So he's going to draw 2, and then I'm going to banish 1. So he's back down to 6 cards. So I hit a Gold Driver, and everything else gets banished. So opening with Ogama again. Yeah, I'm okay with that. The problem is that this outs the Darklaw. If he has Tornado. Maybe he already banished Tornado, or maybe he just only plays Tempest. These are all varying degrees of options. Is this... if he activates this effect, I'll just chain Emptiness. Because thank God Kaiser Coliseum is banned. So he's tributed, so now his Tempest isn't even live, and now I've got Emptiness, Darklaw, plus Rafflesia. And Rafflesia will actually turn off the Emptiness if I use its effect, because it will send the Bottomless from deck to grave, and that will turn off Emptiness. So that's actually pretty cool and pretty handy-dandy. But as it stands, unless he has a normal summon that gets over my my Darklaw, and I know that the Tempest is there, then there's nothing really much that he can do about this situation, because if he summons Bambuku, I can take another card out of his hand, but I'm not going to. Because like that would just trigger the Darklaw. Like we're not stupid. Like the Darklaw would trigger, and that would trigger the Tempest, which would then clear his board, yes, but then I would also lose my Emptiness. So like we're not in the business of doing that. Not at all. We're not in that business yet. Because we're trying to come down from a 1-game deficit. Now I play 3 games regardless. of what ends up happening in the gameplay. I play 3 games regardless because, you know, we play match style format, but we're not playing best 2 out of 3. We're playing 3 games, however many wins or losses get taken, that is all. Oh, Cyclone. So he already had that. That's unfortunate. That is so unfortunate for me, because that turns off the emptiness. Oh, that sucks. I didn't know, there's no way that I could have known that he already had this card too. That sucks for me. That sucks for me so hard, and now he's got the Tempest, if he can make it live. If he can Pendulum Summon another Majespecter. What did he add? He added Fox, right? Yeah, he added Fox. So, if he has another scale that he can set up to where he can Pendulum Summon Fox, that's just really, really strong for him, because that will allow him to Pendulum Summon Fox. He could have used Majespecter, but the fact that he's popping this is leading me to believe that he doesn't have a valid scale to summon the Fox, or maybe he just does. Well, there's Combination, there's Counter, there's Tempest, so I know every card that is set. I know that he has Fox in hand, so the other card has to be a scale, and it is not. So there's that. So I know this is Tempest and Counter and all these. I know that they're not cards that are going to be doing anything. So I can go Tempest, or I can go 10 Goldfish into Summoner Monk here, and then the Summoner Monk will be able to ditch the Mask Charge and summon Shadow Mist from deck. And so what I can do is I can clear these cards. I can clear these cards pretty effectively, or I could just make Tree Toad, Bahamut Shark, through making a Gagaga Samurai to allow it to attack twice, and then the Shadow Mist will search Bubble Man, which I will special, make Bahamut, and then that would be that. That would be the way that we try to close this out. In fact, no, not searching. We're not doing that today. But we get to use this and the Monk. That's very important because this is a water. So we'll activate this and allow it to attack twice. That's 38, so he's at 56. So that's 3,800 that this can do by itself. Which 56 minus 8, that's 44, and then or not 44, is that? No, it's 48. So that leaves him at 18 after the 3K. So this should just be game then. Should it? Yeah, because this is 38 plus 26, so that's 56 right there. Easily. Okay, yeah. Easy. Alright. And since I know what these cards are, I know they're not anything to be afraid of, because of how the cards operate. Now, if it wasn't game, let's see, this is 38 plus 26, so that would be 44. 44, 64. If I could turn this to attack mode, it would be just, a little bit more, so we're not going to do that. But we would have the option for Tree Toad, or Totally Awesome. Totally Awesome afterwards, but we're not about that game. Alright, so Bumbuku comes down as the first card. That's a very strong starter. I can fucks with it. Now, I don't know if he's playing Gofu. In fact, I don't think he's playing Gofu in this build, because this is Owls that we're talking about. And if he has Gofu in his deck, no matter what quantity, he has to draw it. Like, that's the rule. That's the rule of the life. That's the rule of everything in life. And everything in life in Yu-Gi-Oh! States that Owsley will definitely draw Gofu if there's at least one in his deck list. So, the fact that he hasn't summoned it leads me to believe that he doesn't play it in this list. So, we can take that knowledge with us how we will. Did he just Bumbuku for a Bumbuku? He did. Interesting. But so, as it stands, what? This is the 3rd time I've drawn this card. Why? I don't want to draw this card. I don't want it. Alright, so this is Combination. That's a Shadow Mist. That's actually pretty damn good. But it actually makes it really hard because I can't clear my hand for this Bubble Man. That's actually just so annoying. If this was a 10 Goldfish, it would be so much better. Or Goblinberg. Because I've got E-Call, so I could definitely have summoned the Shadow Mist otherwise. This is just irritating. So we'll normal summon this. We'll use its effect to turn to defense mode. And then we'll use its effect ditching E-Call. E-Call can search Honesty Neos, and that's pretty cool. I can get Blaze Man here. And so Blaze Man will allow me to search Poly. which I can then use with Shadow Mist and the Bowman. I could fuse here, or I could use it with the Blaze Man and the Bowman actually. But the Shadow Mist just gets more value. So there is that. So yeah. Now my options for fusing are absolute zero. That's it. That is my only option for this, which is fine. Well, fine is definitely a word that not really should be used, but I mean, hey, we'll go for it regardless. I can only use each effect of this once per turn, so there's no point in really doing another one. But what I can do is I can put this on absolute zero. I can make these into Gagaga Samurai and try to win the game outright from there. In fact, I could special this and make a Gagaga Samurai with those and keep the Blaze Man as well. Now I don't know if he plays anything like what am I trying to think of? What am I trying to say? I don't know if he plays anything like Mirror Forces or anything like that, and these could very well be like Solemn Strikes, but if it was a strike, I think that it would come down on the Monk, potentially. And that's at least my thought process. But yeah, we'll try to Gagaga Samurai for game here. Even though it's probably very risky business, and we probably shouldn't. But even if he striked here, I think it would still be fine, because, well, no, if he striked here, I'd be 300 off game. This can't attack this turn. So we'll just attack with this, and we'll see if he's playing any Mirror Forces. If he's not, then I just stole this one out from under him. Just because of how Honesty Neos operates. Like, that's the only way. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I did not expect that. Not at all. I didn't expect that to be the outcome. I was expecting my entirely... I'm having a stroke. But yeah, so he's got combination, and these two cards apparently just aren't anything. They're probably other copies of Counter, and so I guess he just doesn't have anything else in terms of like plays. Let me check this real quick. All right, so this field was 2 Majespecter Tempests and the combination, and he had the Cyclone in his hand as well. So I drew Treacherous like every game, and he drew Cyclone 2 out of the 3 games. Hard drew, and so that leads me. I'm wondering why he Bambuku'd for Bambuku when he could have, and I'm curious as to why he didn't just put the Bambuku in his scale and pendulum summon the other Bambuku during his previous turn, because I mean, it's not optimal, but it at least makes the Tempests live. I'm gonna chalk that one up to a misplay, because it's definitely something that could have been done. You could have put Bambuku in the other scale. This is a 1 scale. Could have pendulum the Bambuku from the extra deck in defense mode or something. That way Tempest could have been live, and then from there, like, next turn, if you drew a higher scale, like a Metalfoes scale, you could have used Silvered to pop the Bambuku, and then put the new scale there. So I think that was a misplay on his part. I'm not sure if he had like a game plan for that, or if he just didn't see the fact that that was a possibility. I don't know. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the nonsense you usually do. Let me know what you guys think about these games, these decks, in the comments down below. All that sort of nonsense. Comment down below like other decks you'd like to see. Things of that nature. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you know some people that might also like my content, I encourage you to share my content around to them to possibly view, and maybe encourage them to subscribe as well. Helping grow the subscriber base and viewership base of this channel is a fantastic way to show your support and to ensure that I keep making content into the future. I mean, potentially. But other than that, thank you for your time as usual. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching as always, and take care, guys.